We are out and about today up here in the Blue Mountains on this Easter Saturday, so happy Easter everyone. We are going to do a Grand Canyon walk. We're up here at Evans and Valley View Lookouts. We're going to head down the Grand Canyon track until we get to the stone steps, what they call the intersection down the bottom. Instead of turning right and heading around the Grand Canyon and heading back up here, we're going to turn left, go up the Rodriguez Pass, find the very secluded Beauchamp Falls, and then head along Greaves Creek, I think it is, turning left onto the horse walking track, I think it is, and then back up to Evans and Valley View Lookout. So it is a very chilly, I don't know if you can hear the wind in the distance, it is a very chilly 8 degrees. I'm surprised I can keep this camera so still. The last time me and beautiful Jules were up here was in 2019 when we completed the Grand Canyon walking track. But as I said, today we're not going to do the loop. I've heard about this beautiful waterfall down there called Beauchamp Falls, so that's the one we're going to do. It's covered steep in the distance there. What was that? Oh, I've got to get Julie's car as well. Beautiful. What colour is that, Jules? Lapis Blue Arteon. We were not sure if it was sealed roads up here, and as we got into the Grand Canyon car park there was a lot of dirt and potholed roads, so she wasn't too happy, but finally managed to get here in the car park. Not too many people here. The sun is just coming out. It's about 20 past 7. So we'll go see what these lookouts are like, and then we'll start a massive descent down. I don't remember any of this, so this track is all new. I remember coming through the car park. I think up there was originally what we did 4 years ago when we did this walk. This footpath was never here. And Jules is happy she's in the sun. We've come to the first marker here. It tells us where we're off to. We've got Evans Lookout to the right and the Grand Canyon walking track, and Valley View Lookout down here. This should look over towards Govetts Leap. So I'll head down here. Jules is probably getting some spectacular pics from down here. It's rather cold and windy up the top here, but I do remember from that time we did the walk, once we start heading down the steps and we get to the bottom, it's the wind has just been taken right out of it. Is it chilly, Jules? Very. Yeah, I know. It's nice that the sun's out, huh? Can you see a waterfall anywhere in the distance? Look at that. We're right on the sun. When we come back up, so we're going to be down there somewhere, and there's steps coming all the way back here again. That's when we're going to burn towards the burn, baby, burn. I think so. Yeah, there's a waterfall over that side. Not very big. But Govetts Leap's over there, I think. I'm sure there used to be a waterfall down here. That's what I remember back then, but unless there's nothing running. There's one down there. That must be Gov. Oh no, I don't even think. See it down the bottom there?
Oh yeah, we walked out onto that point there.
Oh yeah, the little track down
Yeah.
here. We might do that if we've got a bit of time when we come back.
I don't think that's probably wanting to do that when we come back.
You reckon you'd be tired? No. Let's go have a look at Evans Lookout. We're getting some spectacular pics and we haven't even started the walk yet. There is a waterfall in the distance over there where the wind must be right on it and it's blowing up. It looks like there's a fire, smoke coming out of the bush, but I'll see if I can get it on camera. We're now at Evans Head Lookout. I had some pictures done right in the center here back in 2019. So if you find the Evans Head Lookout Explore and slideshow, you'll see some pictures from 2019 here. There it is in the distance there. I don't know if you can see it with the sun right on us, but look at that. It's blowing straight up the crevice over there. What a beautiful area. So where are we? We are at Evans Lookout. And I think the Grand Canyon walk starts from the stairs over there. And if I remember correctly, back in 2019 it was that windy, it was like 2 degrees and there were trees, branches snapping everywhere. Definitely have to come back up this lookout when we head up the horse walking track, because the sun's right on us. They don't even know if we're getting anything. Jules has just started to head down, but I thought I'd get this cliff face. Magnificent. If you're up here in the Blue Mountains, make sure you come and do Evans Lookout. And we may fall into a few problems today because it looks like they've got a few tracks closed, and I think one of them is the one we plan on doing. So the Rodriguez Pass and Govetts Creek routes in the Gross Valley are currently closed. There is no access to Blue Gum Forest, we're not going there, or Acacia Flat from Govetts Leap or Evans Lookout, we're not going there, due to very significant fire and flood damage to the trails, stairways, surfaces and vegetation. So we'll get down the bottom and have a look. Doesn't say anything about Beauchamp Falls. Say what grade it is. I think this is a grade 5 hard walk, the Grand Canyon. We've done a few grade 5s in our time. Victoria Cascades / Falls was a grade 5. And this is the easy bit. The easy bit is walking down. The hard bit will be coming back up. So I did Govetts Leap, what, 2 or 3 years ago, and it was closed then when I went down to Bridal Veil Falls, and it's still closed in 2023. Absolutely ridiculous. If you listen to those signs and wait until they reopen, you might die before any of these tracks reopen. tree stump in the distance there. We've got the, well, it's not winter yet, but we've got the winter gear on today. We've got the camo shorts with the boomerangs, and I've got a light hoodie on, which will probably come off once we get down to the intersection. We've got to be very careful today of trees snapping. You can see this one here has been burnt and it's swaying. This is going to fall at some point. There's not much holding that one. Here's a perfect example of coming down the stairs for about a minute or two and the wind just gone. There's nothing blowing down here. So we're that far down now where the sun's on us and we don't feel cold at all. When I took some footage up the top there, you've seen how much, if you look at the trees right up the top there, look at the trees blowing from side to side. But down here, it's just gorgeous. So that's what you would do if you were stuck here overnight. Get down as far as you can, find yourself a cave. As long as you're out of the wind and rain, you can survive. Many people have survived in the Blue Mountains in the cold. Julesy, bless you. Wonder if that came through the camera. That was quite a loud sneeze. What was that? What does this say here, Julesy? Hang on, come straight for a bit. I just want to see if there's any Grand Canyon, Neats Glen, Gross Valley via Rodriguez Pass. That's where we have to go, Rodriguez Pass. Just come down to the end here. Was there a lookout here back in the day? It says danger, do not come down here. There is a small little track through here, young Jules, and there is a pole in the ground and there's a fence saying area closed. Horse track. Where does this go to? If it's not a lookout, I'm not bothering to going down. It just seems to keep on winding down, but it doesn't seem to be a lookout or anything. We'll head back up. Yeah, that's what it says, but is that horses not to enter here or just people? Remote area, unmarked route, tracks and are rough and hard to find beyond this point. Don't know where that goes, that's not where we have to go though. We'll stick to the dedicated track and make it down the stone steps. Hey, we've got to find that sign too, Jules. I don't know if you remember it. It was like an old, someone had nailed it onto an old tree. It's like 100 years old. I didn't get very good footage of it last time. I think the picture that we got, we had a tree in front of it as well. See if we can find it today, if it's still up. So have you got some memories of walking down here last time? How quickly the years go, eh? That was the first year we met in 2019, and not long after, this was one of the first walks we did. Listen to that bird life. Beautiful. No, we're going up I think it's called the horse walking track. After we follow the Greaves Creek, I think it is, if we find Beauchamp Falls. And it's a rather secluded waterfall that someone told me about. I had a look on the satellite map, so I've mapped it out. Whether or not the tracks are closed over that way, I have no idea. Is that tree fallen in the last 3 or 4 years, or was that down? Can you see it that it snapped? Was this where that cave was, where you got a picture of me that time? Yeah, that's it right there. So there's a picture of me standing there. But you got that picture, I think, from down where you are. See how much the vegetation's grown on your left there? I'm pretty sure that you took the picture from down there. What is it, muddy? Muddy or beautiful? Yeah, be careful, because like that day we ended up coming down here, we have to be careful of falling trees. Yeah, I know. Look at that. Everything's cleared here from that side. All the bark is coming off the gummies. They're shedding. That's what yours was doing up at Dally's. Yeah, just be careful. Can you hear that? Yeah, there's been a few trees. It's been a few trees that have fallen here in the last couple of years since we've been here. There's one right over the track. So this bit's not even closed. So see, here's a perfect example of, you know, people not being able to get through the track, but this area is not closed. Just walk under it. Wow. You've been working out, darling. I can just see it coming back on you, hitting you in your beautiful face. Be careful. How about I hold it up for you and you can go underneath it? No, you're not going to break. Yeah, let them do that. Right, you head under it. You nearly whacked me. So I've just come down here. We've cleared a bit of the debris. Jules's yelled out, look how beautiful it is down here. This must be then walking in between that big rock face where it gets really dark. And that's another thing too. All that time ago we did this, I did it on that lesser camera and the Kaisera, the 640p, which was great for storing stuff on hard drives because they didn't take up a lot of room. Just remember, the higher quality camera you go for, the less room you have on your hard drives after all. Look at that. That's incredible. Wow. Oh! You see that? Branches come straight on my head. Branches come straight on my head. Yeah. Little one, but still. I don't know if the camera can see it. Look at this one handrail, Jules. How long you reckon it's been here for? From the outset? Imagine cutting this. Imagine doing the steps here all that time ago. These were real masters at their trade, weren't they? I can't see a thing with the glasses on. Is it raining? I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that stairs up there. The Grand Canyon track. Oh, that's the creek. That's what we can hear. I thought it was rain. Oh, we are down in the bowels now. Reckon dinosaurs used to roam down here, Jules? That could be the Greaves Creek, I think it is. I don't know if this flows into it or if this is the start of it.
You just can't get
You're saying you can't capture it without being here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really have to be here to appreciate how beautiful it is. How everything's formed millions of years through rain and wind, and I gather dinosaurs trampling on things back in the day. Here you got another little track here that may head up to the track that said don't come down on. And this is the beauty about doing walks this early. You've virtually got the track to yourself. I've had no one else come down here, not that I've seen. I say it every time, there's no better sound than running water. Stunning. Someone's yelling out. I don't know if my camera's picking up anything. It's very dark. What was that? But it's too beautiful. If it is picking it up, I want to capture it. Love these stone steps. So we've got a little bit of water trickling down. Hopefully we have some water at Beauchamp Falls.
How much water was there last
I don't remember. Look at that through. They got a picture down through there. Beautiful. Look at that. No sun down here. I don't think the sun ever peers to down here. It's beautiful. What would you call that? A fern? Is that a fern? Ferns down here are awesome. Talk about jungle. It's been rather hard to get any videos up of late. Julie's been really busy. I've been helping her with a few things. Mavericks has been very busy as well, so we haven't been able to get together. I've had many explores planned, but trying to organise everyone on particular weekends. One person might be free, the other person's not. So I think this year's just going to be one of those years where it's going to be random videos here, there and everywhere. But we did punch through a lot of videos last year. I wanted to make a point last year, considering I was locked up the year before for being healthy. So I wanted to make sure I got out as often as I could and prove that dickhead Brad Hazard that the unvaccinated weren't vulnerable. I'm still yet I'm sorry, Jules, but I have to say it. I'm still yet to catch the COVID virus. Remember, they told me I was going to die if I didn't get jabbed. That's how much of a bullshit there was. And a couple of weeks ago, the AstraZeneca vaccine got banned here in Australia. I had to mention that as well, because when I look back on this video 20, 30 years from now, you know, and all that more people have died through vaccines, I'm going to be able to tell that this was the time of the bullshit narrative where everyone got vaccinated for rich bastards to get wealthy. Anyway, no more talking about the poisonous skunk piss. Let's just enjoy the beautiful surrounds that we're in. A little bit muddy down here, but when you've got thongs on, it makes no difference. Let's just stop for a minute and admire. Are you looking for that sign, Jules? It's off to the right here somewhere. I don't know if it's further down or... But there's a sign that's been nailed to a tree. Look at that tree up there. It's come crashing down right across. Notice when I put the camera up here, you get a little bit more brighter, and as you head down, darker and darker. It might come out all right. I might as well take the footage and take the risk. Otherwise, if I don't take anything, we won't get to see what beauty there is down here. Where's those voices coming from? Behind me or down below you? I think it's behind me. Look how far down Jules is. Starting to descend down now. Well, there's more water down here, which is very promising for Beauchamp Falls. Beautiful. We've got to really bring a few people down here. We need to show some of our friends how beautiful this walk is. And I got in your way. Sorry about that. Still can't see that sign. Little bridges. Look at all the big, massive trees that have fallen down in the creek, just. There's a couple up there as well. "11 minutes of footage of just walking down the Grand Canyon track." That's as close as we can get people that haven't done this to it. I don't think we're too far away from where it peters out down here, the intersection, so to speak. We've got a few tourists behind us. I can hear their voices. Just behind us. I don't think there's a more perfect day to do this walk. It's not raining, a little bit cloudy, sun peeking out, no wind down here. We've got a walk down the south coast coming up sometime this year. That's going to be a great one too. I'm looking forward to that one. Here it is here, the sign. See it? Can't see what it says though. It's that faded. Now let me try to get up there and film it. Alright, here's the sign here. I don't think you're going to see anything or read any of it on video, but it says Rodriguez Pass. It starts with an F, 850, 14 3/4. That's how old it is. It's talking in 3/4. Then you've got Evans Head Lookout, and there's like a signature at the bottom. That's a tin sign. That's lead. Wow, that's a lead sign. And someone's actually painted that on. That's like folk art. How awesome is that? Stunning. See if we can get back down here without falling. Oh. Now, well, we found the sign at least. What I remember. So if you're coming down the Grand Canyon track, I don't know if you notice the swooping stump. A few stairs down from there, you've got this old lead sign that's been nailed onto a tree that's probably been up there maybe for 100 years. We took a few pictures of it. Maybe the pictures will be able to tell me what it reads. I think we're now coming down on the intersection where, if you continue on towards the right, you head up towards Mtns along the Grand Canyon track, but we're going to turn left along the Rodriguez Pass to try to find the falls. Jules is sitting down here having a breather, although it's very easy up until this point. We should get some light back down here. I think she's meditating. It's been a long time she's been meditating. She used to do it all the time back in the day. What was I doing? Appreciating nature. I'll give you the camera and you can take some snaps here, I'd say. Wow. So there's the sign. Do you remember this being flooded 3 or 4 years ago? I remember crossing this easy as well. Yeah, a couple got a photo of us. So the Grand Canyon up that way. We're going to go gross value by Rodriguez Pass. Grand Canyon track up to Evans Lookout, Rodriguez Pass. This is the one we did last time, Mtns Glen, all the way up that way. So there is a video of that complete circuit back from 2019. We probably will come back one day and do that with this better quality camera. But, okay, so it says the track closed down there. Let me just walk down there for a sec and see it. You're going to have to take your shoes off. Maybe. Oh, no, you got some stepping stones here. That's no, that's a track. but it just says closed. This is where we have to go to the Beauchamp Falls. Yeah, just hang there for a sec though. We're going to get some pictures taken. I'll come back. Alright, Govert's Creek routes into the Gross Valley are currently closed. This route is closed due to fire damage. There is no access to Blue Gum Forest or Acacia Flat from Govert's Leap or Evans Lookout. Let me see. Due to very significant fire and flood damage to the trail, stairways, services and vegetation. This closure will remain in place as crews work in the area. Alright, that's where we got to go. Anyway, we'll survey the situation once we get to Beauchamp Falls. So it doesn't say we can't get to Beauchamp Falls. Yeah, hang on, we're going to get a few pics from here, so. We've just come off the Rodriguez Pass walking track, which is just up here just to get these photos from down here. Look at this. Look at the tree root that's come down with this tree here. And up here, wow. Look at that. As far as the eye can see, you've got a little waterfall up the top there. Looks like Weeping Rock at Lura there. Always look out for little bits where you can just come in off the track, where there's a creek where you can get a photo opportunity. I can only imagine what these are going to look like. Look at the sun, look how nice and warm it looks up there. Not much wind now either. Julesie's making her way back on the track. Very slippery here. Very slippery. Might as well actually show you guys what I'm wearing today while we're down here in this beauty. We have got the very rare Legends. Anyone who was a fan of sunglasses in the 90s would know or remember there was a war between Oakley and Legend, and you just cannot get these glasses anymore. I bought these from up at Baddow Bay back in 1991-92. They absolutely pop in pictures. And the hat that I got on today is the Punisher with the glow sniper patch on the front. Although I could carry a knife down here today, but I'd probably never use it unless we get in trouble. Try to make our way across while I'm filming and back on the track. Ooh, without slipping. I need two hands here. So if we're on the Rodriguez Pass track, just up from the intersection, you'll hear the water flowing. Take a little bit of a detour. What a brilliant place. My alarm's going off. National Lampoon's Vacation Holiday Road. It's been my alarm for 23 years now, since I've been working delivering water. Next stop is Beauchamp Falls. This is where I read online that you have to cross the creek. So it said you have to cross the creek, and then once on the other side we'll see some painted arrows on a rock that may take you under a cliff top that leads you down to Beauchamp Falls. Julesie's having to take off her shoes and socks. If the water's not too deep, I can help you across. I'll hold your hand, hang on. Well done. She's done it. My girl's done it. So, this is not a very... What do they expect you to go in the water? If this was open, what do they expect you to do? Just go across these rocks here? What happens when they get really slippery? All right, now look out for painted arrows, honey. Huh? Yeah, there's an arrow on that tree that I didn't even notice. Julesy did. There's a track heading up that way, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere you have to cross the creek and have the creek on your right hand side. There's another track from here. Where do we go? That way or this way? Yep, you're right. Creek on the right hand side. Let's head up through here. See where this takes us. They might intertwine anyway. Well, someone's had a campfire up here. What a beautiful spot. That's fresh too. So much for this pass being closed. There you go, that's what they talk about, going between boulders. So I think it's down that way. This is a spot that you can get really lost. There are tracks going everywhere. I bet you there's some sort of cave up there. Just hang here for a sec, Jules. I want to see what's up here. They wouldn't have slept outdoors, those guys. Jules, come down this way for a sec. I want to go under there. Look how cool that looks. I bet you that's where they would have slept. I'm just going to suss out down here and then come back up again. See if there's any remnants of people sleeping here. Yeah, there's more logs here. This is someone's home. They've got a bag and a saucepan and some tongs. Let me see if I can get my torch out. Maybe it's just left here for anyone that wants to camp. That's all I can think of. And there's your cooking pot. There's a little bit of graffiti here as well. Now this would be perfect to camp and shelter. Is she coming or not? Julesy! I think it's just left for anyone. I don't know where that goes, but I don't think that's where we have to go. Oh well, doesn't look like she's going to come down. I'll have to go find her. So I was yelling out to Jules. Unfortunately, the poor girl couldn't find me, so I came back here and found her. So this is the rock that they speak of. So when you cross the creek, which is just down here, go in between, although there's a track up here that leads the same way, but we're looking for arrows on a rock. There's an arrow right there. So apparently the arrows lead you down to Beauchamp Falls. There should be another couple of arrows here somewhere. Okay, so this one takes you back. So this shows you the way if you want to head back along the Grand Canyon walking, oh, Rodriguez Pass to the Grand Canyon walking track. There's another arrow there. And it looks like we're on the right path. I can hear something. Is it down there? Or do we keep on going up here? Oh, it's windy down here. There's steps there as well. Where do they take you to? I think it talks about winding. Jules! She's probably gone the wrong way. Let me try down here. See where that takes us. If there's arrows down here, then we know this is the way. No, there's no arrows here, but I want to see what those steps are all about. Maybe I've just made a shortcut, because that goes down underneath there. There is something here. It's like the original path or something. Yeah, this is the original path. It's no longer in circulation, so this will take us back up to the arrows, does it? Yeah, okay, so I walk there. Alright, so we'll head along the undercliff here. So it says keep the creek on the right, which we are doing. Jules is probably at it. And where did I come? I come from up there. This looks like a cool way to go down. Oh yeah, look at that. Jules is missing all this. I'm gonna have to get her back to get some pictures here. How warm is it in there? And this should lead you straight down to the falls, I'd say. Wow, she's definitely not come this way. Wow! Wowee! It's either this one or that one down there. I gather it's one in the same. We're at Beauchamp Falls. I need to go find Jules and retrace this track underneath the cliff again. Alright, managed to find Jules. He kept on walking. We're back up to the big arrow and we're going to retrace the original track which goes underneath the cliff, which I think has since long been closed because there's no arrows on here anywhere. So we're going to follow down here. Julesy just does not know what she's in store for. I don't think she has a clue. I'm going to pick through down through here, Jules. Got me? All right. You ready for this next little bit down here? Wait till you see this next little bit. That's what? Can you see, feel how it's a little bit cold here? Wait till we go down these next little bits of stairs. If you wanted to keep warm, like if it was the freezing temperatures here at night, this is where you'd come. Look at that, babe. Go down to the bottom now, I'll get a picture of you up here, and then I'll give you the camera. Walking down into the abyss. Now turn around there and grab the top of the, yeah, like that. Sweet. If I give you that, can you get one of me coming down? Thanks, honey. Are you getting all the stairs? Maybe go down a bit further. You got me? Sweet? Huh? Okay. Am I coming down? Oh, I thought you were getting me up there. Alright. Alright, this is where now it starts getting spectacular. See how dead it is in here. Could you see the waterfall up from up there or not? No, okay. So you're right. See, look where you went, on the other side of that canyon up there. You went on the other side of the canyon up there. We hug the cliff face here. Keep on going. You're going to come right onto it. So it's bit. Huh?
You want to know where I went?
Where? On the top of it. Now let's do this and show me up. Oh, no entry. Okay, that's where we have to go home. So they right about. Huh? Yeah, we have to go that way to get the horse walking track. But that's the way home. It's like there's no other places we need to see after this. Yeah, all right. We'll suss it out. Just enjoy what's down here first. Look at that. That's magnificent. Look at the cable, seen better days. Not many people get to experience this. You notice how they don't mention this on any map? I don't think they want you coming down here. So you never see Beauchamp Falls on any of the signs up there. There probably was a waterfall that you could once probably come to, but not anymore. It's a little bit too dangerous. And that there, my friends, is Beauchamp Falls. Wow. Stunning. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm in heaven. Yeah. No words have to be said. How many people get to experience this? Hardly any. It's not signposted anywhere. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get the bottom view as well. Hopefully, once we go down the Rodriguez Pass, we'll be able to get to the bottom of Beauchamp Falls. So it's like a cascading waterfall up the top here, and the waterfall is here. Does it come this way? We never get together on camera. Hopefully that'll catch that in the background. Alright, let me get a couple of pictures of you here. We're going to continue along this track, but there is no track, to be honest. It's very dangerous down here, so I would not recommend many people coming down this way. I gather the track that Jules was on up the top there may get you down the same way, but we're going to go down here. Can I do this holding the camera? I've got no idea. We'll soon find out. Julesy, get a pic. How funny. If I can turn around here, have a look at what fence is left here. Oh, that's dangerous. Or is it? There's the wire just up here. Look at the wire fence. So it would have been stairs here once upon a time, but not anymore. Like it's cold down here. How do we get down to the base of it, darling? This is the original track. Looks like to be a landslide up there. We should get some good footage from down here. Straight down.
It's down there.
Yeah, where else? Well, you can tell it's been a landslide here. Yeah, look how it flattens out down there. Oh! Watch that stick sticking out. All right, we've got a narrow over there. So there's the narrow, but we're going to head down this way. I've got a feeling we're going to have these falls all to ourselves today. I doubt very much anyone else is going to be here. Wow. Yep, I was right in what I was saying. Up the top there is Beauchamp Cascades, and down here is the falls. What a spectacular waterfall. At its absolute full, brimming with water. It's been raining all week. This is what we were hoping for. Oh, there's a track that goes down to it. We just went the hard way, which I don't mind. Oh my God, what a waterfall. This has to be one of the prettiest waterfalls I've ever been to. There's a trick for you fellas. Never grab onto a stick that you think is in the ground. Lucky I've got great balance. Wow. We've got to try to get up on this rock here. I'm getting sprayed. A small little rock pool down here. How are you, darling? You could probably get right down on the rock there. Let me come back, because it's rather slippery. See if you can get down there, Jules. You get a great pick down there. Listen to that roar. That roar reminds me of Belmore Falls. Julesy, This is the plan. I want you to sit up here on this rock. I'm going to head back up there, right on the edge, for a few pictures. Kids, do not do this at home. Highly dangerous. So we managed to make it right on top of the falls here. Chelsea! I just can't stop filming. Stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. I got the rangs. Alright, we're back down at the bottom, safe and sound. And that's it, we're going to bid farewell to Beauchamp Falls. One of the more spectacular waterfalls I've ever been to. I'm just going to try to get one more shot on it directly down through here, because I don't know when I'll be back, if at all. Let's find Jules and get out of here. Oh, yeah. No jumping on rocks. Very slippery. Now we've got to find the horse walking trail back up to Valley View and Evans Lookout. That's the task of the journey back home. You ready? She's saying something, but I don't know what it was. All right, let's go. Find me the way home, Dylan. Yeah, I've seen an arrow somewhere. Just follow what looks to be the stairs. I did see an arrow somewhere here, so we've got to look out for a post that says the horse walking track, I think it is. Yeah, straight down through that gully there. What an adventure. After not doing one for over a month. What a comeback. What a comeback story. So there looks to be the original staircase. I'd say you would have come up through here because Jules has spotted an arrow just up the top there. I would say these were the original stairs that came down to Beauchamp Falls, which would have been a fall back in the day, advertised on the Blue Mountain websites and stuff like that. But these days, unless you know about it, I did see it on a website of hidden waterfalls. I remember typing hidden waterfalls or the Blue Mountains, and Beauchamp came out on it. So this is one that they do not want you coming back to. Arrow. Jules was telling me a lot of this, what we thought was a landslide down here, there's a sign up the top there saying a lot of the rocks were blowing off the top. So we're going to head back up the mountain here. You can see Julie climbing, the adventure woman that she is. And I feel a lot more comfortable being on the track that tells us that we need to go home. Just needed two hands climbing up there. We don't want any mishaps at the moment. So back up onto the Cascades. Well, this is the way we came up here, I think. We'll film the climb back up again because it was so picturesque coming down. I wonder at what year this closed. Look how old this cable is here. And it just peters out around about here somewhere. This would have been very popular back in the day. Yeah, no, just go up through that crevice one more. And once we're on the other side of that little cave thing there, we'll start heading back up to the track. How cool is this? Where does this go? It just stands here. Wow. You want to get a pic from there, Jules? Julesy? You want to get one pic from there? Thanks. Yeah, straight up from there. I've got a funny feeling. Maybe up this way. I've got a funny feeling some of the pictures today are going to turn out to be some of our best. Alright. Now Jules seen a sign over here that said track closed. And apparently this is the Rodriguez Pass, and we're going to have to find a marker that says the walking horse track, or the horse track. It takes us straight back up the mountain. This is where we're going to be pushed. Where is this sign that she said? Alright, what does it say? Date 13th to 17th of February. Horse walking track, Rodriguez Pass closed. Rock blasting in progress, serious risk, injury or death, penalties apply. Alright, there's no rock blasting going today, but this is the one that we need to go. Alright, it's rock and roll. You want to head under, doll? Did you get a picture of that sign?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, did you move from there? Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. Alright, rock blasting. Let's see the rock blasting, what they mean by that. Unless they're choppering people in, I don't think there'll be any rock blasting going on. Although the track is very overgrown. Jules is freaking out a little bit. She always freaks out when there's signs like that. But we've come across many signs like that. And if we get to a stage where we can't walk anymore, we'll turn around. But here we go. This is the bit where they're talking about use handrail. Okay, you don't even need to use the freaking handrail. Did you take a picture of that handrail sign? Thanks, darling. I've checked it, it's secure. Steel cable's not going to be busting. Look at that! Look at that railing here. All right, I would say, oh, here we go. This is the hard bit. This is the hard bit here. Let's see how bad this is down through here. Everything looks pretty sturdy to me. I think if we head up, we'll be fine. Unless it heads down. Oh, the track goes down, Jules. It'll be sweet. All right. I thought we had to walk along the top there, but the track heads down. There's no reason to head up that way. Look at the crevice up there. Wow. So this must be where the rock blasting is. Although there's not too many rocks down here. Alright, we'll keep on going along here. Let's see if we come across, ooh, spiky. See if we come across any signs saying Evans Head Lookout. Be careful, there's a few spiky bits there, Jules. Alright, the plans have changed again. This is where we originally came down. We actually thought that's the way we had to come. We started heading back to Beauchamp Falls and we came across a couple of people who they're coming down now, and then they've advised us that this is the Rodriguez Pass, and this will take us to the horse walking track that takes us back up. He can't vouch for what condition the track's going to be in, but he said this is the way, and he did say it's nice and steep, so that's why I wanted to come this way, to push ourselves to see what it's like. It's either up or down, hun. Really? What do you reckon? Up or down? Let me see. Oh, it looks up this way. I think. Anyway, they're coming along anyway. So if we get lost, we'll just wait for them. He said no one's been down this way for a long time, so there's going to be a lot of regrowth. But when you see stone steps like this, you know they're going the right way. I always like to go one way and then back the other. I don't want to go the same path I came down. Just be careful up there, just. Jeez, this is heavily overgrown, but there are stone steps heading down sheer cliff faces, and we're doing good for time. I always tell Julie, the sooner we start the walk, the quicker we can get back and allow us for mistakes. Look at those cliff faces, Julie. Wow. Let's keep on going down through. So the track is very hard to follow. You get lost really. As long as you keep the creek on the right hand side. Look at the landslide on the other side down there. A complete set of trees are gone. Look where we're going. We're going down a pass, the Rodriguez Pass, where people haven't gone in years. Oh. And we're still working our way down. There's no sign of going up yet. Look at that. So that's the sheer cliff face that you can see up the top at Evans Lookout. And I've got a sneaking suspicion where we were up the top there, where it said the horse track, I think that's the horse walking track that we have to come back up again. That was closed. Another beautiful waterfall here. Look at that one. We'll have to come here one day again when it's open, maybe. Any idea, is this waterfall got a name at all? Or? Not sure? You're not sure?
There's a lot of waterfalls down there.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah. Yeah, how's that landslide, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing? Thongs, yeah, no, I do it all the time. I'm used to it as a child. Are you guys from around here or not?
We're from Sydney.
Oh, you're from Sydney as well? Okay, we're from, Julie's from Lee and I'm from Manly.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so all the way from there. You alright, bud? Pity I didn't capture that on camera, as you always say with me. Look at that. Straight down there. I wouldn't want to be standing on that side when that came down. Wow. We're hugging it now. There's 4 of us. Teetering right on the edge here. I don't think we can go any further. He's stopped down there. No, he's going to continue. So this is the hairiest bit here. Look at the landslide on this side. To navigate this little bit here, if you're not experienced, you might struggle. Although you're not going to go very far. You slide down, you're just going to go down there. You get a few cuts and bruises and whatever else, but nothing. We're going to join the track soon. I think this is the hardest bit here. Once we join the track, we're sweet. He did say there's a dodgy staircase down here, and we have to be mindful of that. Apart from that, we should be okay. I think Jules feels a little bit more comfortable that there's people here with us, and the guy has assured us that he's completed this before. Wow, look at that, we're right on the base, aren't we? You can see where there's been a bit of water flowing down the cliff face there. If not for these 2 people here, I don't think Jules would have done this. Look, another landslide up there. It's just continuous landsliding. This would have been the floods of last year. The floods of last year have caused havoc, and as I said to Jules, I don't ever think that the Rodriguez Pass will ever be open again. You okay, hun? Oh, she's hit a coccyx. Ground here. Got to be real careful. Oh, we got a wire, a rope. This doesn't look like it's national parks. Someone's actually put that on there. You know why? Because look at the drop down there. Oh, we got some stone steps. That's a good sign. That's a great sign. Yep, if I was a betting man, this track will never be open again. This is just for experienced walkers now that have come down here before. You won't find people coming down here anymore. I better turn this. I think so. Can you see them in the distance or not? Yeah, I'd say it'd be around the corner there. Alright, better turn the camera off and see if we can catch up to them. Oh. There were some very hairy moments up the top there. You can see we've joined the stairs again. So you lose the track, you gain the track, you lose the track. You come in under an amphitheatre here where rocks are just consistently falling down, which you've got to be careful. So where I'm standing here, I think now is not too bad. In rainfall, I'd be rushing through here as quick as I can. I'll be happy when we see that staircase to lead us back up. This has been more than an adventure. I would grade this. It's a grade 5 when it was open, but what we've had to contend with today, that's off the Richter. Absolutely off the Richter. I wouldn't advise anyone, unless you've been very experienced and you've done this track before, to come down here. Look at that. Just coming across waterfalls we wouldn't have if we went back the Grand Canyon track. Stunning. Finally, we have a little bit of dedicated track. And I've got cuts all over me. A lot of thorn bushes. Jules is consistently falling down. I don't think she's very happy at all. Now this is the handrail that he was speaking of. It's very dodgy. There are wooden stairs as well. Oh, we got no stairs left. Well, that's going to be a problem. Where am I going to walk on there? Walk on the side here. That's very dangerous. You know what? I'll have to bit my reverse foot down this way. Oh, I love you, Jules. Thanks for continuing and taking pics. Oh. Now, once again, I can safely say no one's going to repair those stairs ever. So step on the opposite side here and come down that way, still hanging onto the handrail. These guys are taking a bit of a breather. They're going for a bit of a swim. Just ask him, Jules, how far down is the track, and we'll keep on going. I'll ask him and we'll keep on going. We've got to head along this track here. It's been an absolute godsend to find these walkers, because coming down this little hairy bit here, we would have continued on the other side, but we've had to do a river crossing or a creek crossing here. This young gentleman here has done this maybe 4 months ago. It was closed then. We would not have any idea of how to get up the horse track if it wasn't for this this guy and his partner here. So thank Christ for those guys. Although Jules would have been hoping that we never met them, because we'd probably be back up on Evans Lookout by now, because we would have gone back up the Grand Canyon track. But you know, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to test myself up those big stairs, and we still don't know how bad they're going to be. He did say he did it about 5 months ago, so we're just having some lunch before we're starting again. And we're seeing waterfalls galore down here, so I think Jules feels pretty happy that there's another female here, and the gentleman that's got all the hiking gear on, that's done it not long ago. So awesome. Absolutely awesome. We've decided to make a move without them. They're having lunch over there. They've just told us to follow the path. He said it's not too bad from here. So hopefully we'll come to a sign saying Evans Head, straight up the big staircase. He was confident that he was going to see us again. So, oh, here we go. We've got a little sign down here. Go straight down. There's a little sign there. Let's see what that says. All right. What does it say in it? All right. That's the first marker that we have seen for a long, long time. So, you know, fingers crossed, that's a little bit easier now. Because Jules, he's had a rough time today. I feel really bad. I didn't expect it to be this hard. My boss warned me. He said it's not so easy, but I didn't expect it to be this hard. This is off the Richter, this one. I suppose if you've done it and you know what's in store, fair enough. But when you haven't done it, and you know, again, there's been a couple of times in my life I've been saved by people. You know, broke his nose, we were saved by Peter down there. And these guys, if it wasn't for those guys, I'd have no idea where to go on this. It's not track marked at all. But that's how you do it. You do it with someone experienced, and then you're experienced yourself. And then you can pass it on to someone else, or have someone video it like I'm doing at the moment. And it gives you an idea of where you need to go. But these are the kind of walks I love, because it's not really a tourist route. And this is one you really have to work for. And at the end of the day, when you shower or hop in the spa or have lunch, it's nothing prouder. Because a very few of the population get to do anything like this. That chick was amazed that I'm doing this in thongs. I feel so comfortable. Look at that. I feel so comfortable in thongs and bare feet. It's not funny. I just don't do it. I just don't do it to be cool. I do it because I ran around the bush as a child in bare feet. I never wore shoes as a child. All right, let's go. Is the path down here?
There's a path there, there's a path there, there's a path here. I'm not sure.
Let me see. I don't think there's a path here. I think it's down here. All right, I've been told to turn the camera off because Jules is worried we can't find the path, and I think it's down there. We seem to be losing the track, regaining the track. We found some stone steps again, and this is the beauty about doing something that you have no idea about. You come across these little waterfalls on the way that have no name to them. Oh, look at that. That's just gorgeous. And there's another one down there. What an awesome swimming hole this one is. Surely people come down here and swim. That's one of the best swimming holes I've ever seen. That's just perfect. Easy to get down, and you just wade on in. You got a cave up in there. Look at that. You got some shelter there. So we've just come past a gentleman that's been doing this walk from Govetts Leap. He's come all the way from Govetts Leap, heading to Beauchamp Falls and up the Grand Canyon, so we just passed him. And we're coming down these stairs. He did say there was a sign saying no entry for the horse trail, so we know we're going the right way. But this is a dilemma. The stairs come down to here.
The dilemma is if that rock is slippery or not.
Yeah, no, wait till I go across. Do you think we cross or not? Oh, the track over there, you're right. Yeah, okay, I didn't even see that. Hang on, let me come in there and I'll hold your hand and we'll do it. I don't think it's slippery. Hold my hand for a second. Just wait for a sec. All right, jump right over. Okay? All right. All right. So straight up there. Like I say, kids, if you're doing this track, why there's not a marker here, I have no idea. There should be a sign right there. Many people will be saying it's obvious, but you could be following the track along there, I don't know. So once you get down to the Greaves Creek, I think it's still the Greaves Creek, do a river crossing. We still haven't seen that other couple yet. I'll be happy when I see that do not enter sign that says no walking up the horse track. Oh, there's the steps. Okay, so even if we started walking along, see, there looks like a track there over there. Even if we started walking along there, we'd be able to see these stone steps. What an adventure. I'm going to look forward to watching this back, and when I'm in my 70s and 80s, I can struggle to walk. This one's going to be one I fondly remember. We've just crossed the river here one last time. There's the cliff faces that you can see from the lookouts that are up there. We have finally found the horse track, but whether or not we can get back up there, I have no idea. The other couple said that they didn't want to come back, so they were going to try the horse track as well, so I've no doubt they'll be down here and attempting it as well. So for whatever reason we can't get up here, we're going to have to do this whole trek in reverse. Do exactly what we did.
And there's leeches.
Is there leeches? Just to top it off. Does it say horse track? Horse walking track. Okay. So when we were up the top there, before we started descending the stairs, we seen this sign. No walking down. Horse, so someone's put their own arrow. Rockfall, landslides, penalties apply.
Come on.
Ready to go? Let's do it. Remember guys, I said early in the day that the burn's about to start? Well, now it is. That's happening. We are puffing big time. And it's straight up. Absolute straight up. We haven't had any obstacles yet, touch wood, which is fantastic. But you think about where we are. So we were at the base of the mountain down there. I think it's the Gross River. Right on the base of it. We're what, a quarter of the way up the mountain. I'm not quite sure if they're level with the lookouts up there. That's where Evans and Valley View lookouts are. But we're not even halfway yet. And be mindful is once we reach that other horse track sign that we seen earlier on in the day, there's still a number of stairs, the Grand Canyon stairs, to walk up before we even get into the lookouts. So I'll be very happy once we get to that sign that's hanging that says no entry, but we then do have some killer stairs to walk up. So we'll just continue walking up here. And I think the next time I'll start filming, unless there's something spectacular, is when we reach that no entry sign. Jules is doing amazing today. She is just a trooper. She's fallen down a few times. I've never taken her on a walk like this. I don't think I've ever done a walk like this. This is for very experienced walkers. Onwards and upwards we go. Okay, we are absolutely buggered. The walk that we've just done, I honestly don't wish it upon anyone. This is not even fun anymore. And we got to a rock collapse here. Now I don't know if that's where we have to go, straight up there, or if we hug the mountain that way, or if we go up that way. But at least we know we're in the right vicinity. We won't be turning around, but God, we're tired. We're out of water. Oh, we're going to have to rest here for a good 5 or 10 minutes, I think. Get our bearings back. Yeah, I know. And then start moving. Oh, I wish we had never met those people. We would be home now relaxing. So, a little bit more. I hope that couple that was following us is doing okay, because these kids who are in their 50s are spent. Jules is yelled out, and there's some sort of gate around this next corner. Oh my goodness, what a walk. There it is up there. There's a gate just there, but that's not the gate we've seen. That's a different gate. Oh no. I thought you were yelling out that it was the ribbon. He spoke about a gate, that guy, anyway. Alright, we have to be close now, don't we? That's a huge gate. Look at that landslide down there. Jules, can you get your phone out? Do you have it on you? Just shoot it down there. Wow. That's what you... Can you imagine the roar that would have made through there? Wow. You know what? I can hear the wind again. That's a great sign. That means we're pretty high up. Woo! Mate, I'm going to enjoy sitting at home. Definitely stopping somewhere to get one of those energy drinks. Alright, keep on going, babe. A little bit further and we're done. Alright fellas, we have completed the first little bit up here to where the sign was at the start of the day. Horse track closed. We still have some stairs to go up to Evans and Valley View lookouts, but oh, this red meshing that I can see in the distance here, that's giving me my second wind. Oh, fantastic. Oh, and the wind on me as well. Oh, that is gorgeous. Wow. There was no wind down there, which probably made it hard too. But up here, this is it. This is the one we see at the start of the day. We came down to. Hopefully this video will serve as a warning to others. When the national parks tell you that the tracks are closed for a reason, then they're not freaking kidding. Wow. In saying that, we have not done many walks, bush walks, this year, so we're not really in peak physical condition. To start this walk first is silly, and to not take food is silly, because I didn't expect us to be out this long. So the lesson for the day is take more bottles of water and take food, energy bars. We've got a carbine. We've got a couple of those. Not too far. It's all stairs now. That's it. Horse track, remote area, unmarked route. Tracks are rough and hard to find beyond this point. I concur. That's it, viewers. We've completed it. Wow. That is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. By far. Never have I done anything like that before. And at 52, I don't know how many people, and Julie's 55, I don't know how many people at that age can do that. Wow, that's it. I don't have the energy to speak, so we will bid you farewell. I really can't wait to watch this back. So until we meet again on the next adventure or abandon explore, adios.